something to see. It took fewer than 5 seconds to bring down the big building. Crews say the implosion came off without a hitch. Kevin Wynn, the daughter of Mirage chairman Steve Wynn, pushed the button which detonated the explosive charges.
Even though Mirage executives warned people there would be no fanfare during this implosion, thousands of spectators showed up anyway. Sheila Straley takes us to the front lines to hear from the crowd.
Scores of people lined the strip south of Flamingo to witness the demolition.
I really didn't think there was going to be this many here, but it surprised me.
Locals and visitors waited anxiously for the implosion.
I kind of wish I would have seen the one in.
As the original tower erupts in a brilliant fireball, each floor holds up for nearly 10 seconds before hitting the ground. The second implosion ends in just half the time. But for onlookers and demolition crews, the blast was no half-hearted affair. Those who saw the 4 a.m. implosion witnessed a whole chapter of Las Vegas history disappear in the dust. Traffic was stopped on I-15.
Quick, to the point.
Never expected this on vacation in Las Vegas.
No, an added plus, I'll tell you that.
As observers filed away from the dust that was left of the dunes implosion, they all seemed struck by how quickly a Las Vegas tradition could end.
To see them go, it just, I don't know, it makes me a little sad or misty or something, I don't know.
Sheila Straley, Eyewitness News 8.
The Mirage estimates that about 3,000 people turned out to watch that implosion.
Well, the dunes may be gone, but in its place is a huge 40-foot-high pile of debris. Crews are already hard at work hauling away the twisted metal and broken concrete. It should take 2 to 3 months to clean up the mess. Now that compares to a cleanup job of 4 months for the first dunes implosion. The cleanup, by the way, includes a serious recycling effort.
Or filling properties and things like that. When we crush it, it becomes a usable material.
Eddie says about 90% of the building materials will be recycled.
The cleanup also continued today at the Las Vegas Hilton, where the world's tallest freestanding sign blew down night before last. Today, crews began disassembling what's left of the structure. About a third of the sign toppled to the ground during a fierce storm on Monday night. Northbound traffic was still shut down along Paradise Road today for the cleanup. The Department of Transportation says it's not sure when traffic will be back to normal. The Hilton sign was supposed to withstand wind of up to 130 miles an hour, but blew down in gusts of only 70 miles an hour.
Those winds also took down many power lines. Nevada Power crews spent another day today restoring service to the homes and businesses that lost electricity in Monday night's storm. Some customers say they didn't get a straight answer as to when their power would be back. Madeline Hughes spent the morning throwing out spoiled food after she said she was told the power would be back on yesterday. It wasn't.
I don't think that anybody knew what they were doing. It was, I feel like there was nobody in control and we were not being given the right information.
But in a storm of this magnitude, there is obviously a huge coordination effort, and I'm confident how we handled that effort.
Hughes is right. At one time, power was knocked out to more than 100,000 homes and businesses. Tonight, Nevada Power says only a few customers should still be without electricity.
Good evening. Took only about 5 seconds early today to close the final chapter on a Strip legend. The south tower of the Dunes Hotel came crashing down at 4 this morning. The demolition will make way for a new Mirage-owned resort on that part of the property. Bob McNaney begins our coverage.
Just like that, hundreds of pounds of explosives went off and a Las Vegas landmark was leveled. What was a 17-story building has been reduced to a 40-foot high pile of broken concrete and twisted metal.
60 to 90 days.
And how's that compared to the first implosion?
Yeah, the first one, it took us a little longer because there was a few more problems. We were closer to the Strip and we had the sign to contend with and things like that.
The cleanup left after this implosion is a mess, but it's not nearly as big as the mess that was left behind after the first Dunes implosion. All of that green area was once covered with debris. This is not only a cleanup project, it is also a large-scale recycling effort.
We're going to recycle probably 90% of the building. recycled all the aluminum, recycled all the copper, recycled all of the, and we'll be recycling all the concrete also.
A few curious passersby stopped to take photos of what was once the dunes, but for the most part, people walking along the strip hardly gave the pile of debris a second look.
It's a pile of concrete. We knew it was done, but nothing impressive now.
But as the trucks are loaded with the dusty materials which were once the dunes, even Dick Eddy, the man who helped bring the dunes down, is a bit sentimental.
I spent a year here myself working on it when we built it in the late 70s. I was working for a construction company then at the time, building it up. Now I'm tearing them down.
Bob McNaney, Eyewitness News 8.
The crews at the implosion say they were pleased by the relatively small amount of dust caused by the event. There was some, but they say the rain earlier this week helped keep the dust levels down.